Hi Libra. So let's do a 4-layered spread to try to capture as much of your energy that we can. So I have 3 tarot decks and a Kipper deck here that we will use. So we're starting with King of Swords, the High Priestess, Page of Cups, Strength, the Moon, Knight of Swords, 5 of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Wheel, 6 of Wands. Under this deck is the 3 of Wands. So then we're going to take 6 of these tarot cards for your second layer. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups again, Knight of Cups, the High Priestess again, Death. Underneath this deck is the Emperor. So Libra, I can already tell that this is going to be a love reading, so let's prepare for that. I'm going to take 6 of these Kipper cards. So we have Thief, Expectation, Main Female, Lovers, Journey, Message. Under this deck is Official Person. And then we're going to take 2 of these tarot cards. Let me shuffle those back in. I just need 2 of these. And then Libra, we're going to really get into this for you. So we have Ace of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups underneath. So Libra, this is very much shaping up to be a love reading. It feels to me that there's a person somehow getting in the way. So we'll see if we can get any more clues about what that is specifically. But I'm seeing Official Person and a Queen of Cups under the deck. And oftentimes that means there's a person who is trying to perhaps wedge themselves in between you and your person. I am getting a sense with this Emperor card, there's a little bit of people pleasing going on, that maybe you need to tap more into your Emperor energy, and that it's okay to say no, that you don't need permission to say no. And with the 3 of Wands being here too, I get a sense that you are very tired of waiting. You're tired of waiting on this person. Maybe there's another person getting in the way. You may be a people pleasing in the situation, Libra. So if this sounds like your reading, then let's really get into this. So the energy between the 2 of you is Queen of Cups, High Priestess, Journey, and the 7 of Wands. So we're seeing this Queen of Cups again. And this is the energy between you, which again is saying that there may be a person who is really wedging themselves in between the 2 of you. But I also get the sense with this, with all of these 3, the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Journey, that this is certainly someone, your person, I mean, not the person in between you. Your person and you are meant to do this. This is some kind of a soul contract. You probably have a kind of a telepathic connection that you may or may not know about, because the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups are my 2 most intuitive cards in the deck. And then with Journey, this is certainly part of your soul's journey. So I do feel like there is, despite whatever troubles are going on between you, because I can see there's defensiveness, there is something here about boundaries. And again, I want to say to you, Libra, that it is okay to say no. You do not have to people please. And that may be your lesson. That may be part of your journey. So in your person's feelings, we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So their feelings are genuine. It feels like they also understand this is part of their journey, because the Knight of Swords follows their path of service. The Knight of Swords always follows the truth, and the Knight of Cups always follows their heart. So their feelings are sincere. They have true feelings for you, but it feels a bit fragmented. It feels like it needs to be grounded, because the swords and the cups can be very ungrounded types of energies. So we're going to get into that more, but it feels like your person has genuine feelings for you. We see that with the Queen of Cups, but there's something that's gone awry here, and it has to do with a person or people and you being tired of waiting and perhaps you people pleasing. You may be allowing this person to get away with too much. So in your person's actions, they have the Five of Wands and Lovers. So it could be that your person is still really coming towards you in a petty, nonsensical kind of way. They might be starting arguments and you don't really understand where that's coming from. But this person, I can already tell with just the energy that I'm seeing already, this is a person who has had their heart broken in the past. So they fight love off. They fight it off. So this person that's coming between you could very well be an ex of theirs who they may not still be dealing with in any sense, but because of what happened to them in the past, they're fighting off this love that they bring to you, because this is a very clear indication that they're fighting the love that they feel for you. But I think it's because they were so shattered in a different situation, a different relationship. It feels like someone really destroyed them because this other energy is still showing up and they're really fighting off their feelings that they have for you. So in your feelings, you have the Six of Wands and Death. So it feels to me like you're pretty much focused on yourself. You may be working on something, some kind of a passion project, something that you're really good at. It doesn't even really matter what that is for you, but it just means that you're doing something that you want to do and that you kind of feel like this could be the end of this relationship with the Death card, that you feel like if things don't change or they don't change soon, that you're ready. You'll be fine. You'll be fine if you just let this go. That is the feeling that you are having right now. Your actions are the Wheel and Message. So you're still trying. You're still putting forth energy towards this relationship. You're going with the flow. You're still talking to this person, communicating. You're still there. You're still in this person's space. You're still together. It feels like you're still together. But you do get the sense that your person is just fighting and fighting and fighting their feelings. And I think you might be getting a bit tired of compensating for that. So you may be the one who always brought all of the love to the situation, or all of the emotions, or all of the effort. And your person, instead of bringing you effort, just kept bringing you petty arguments just to have an excuse to put some distance between you and them, because it feels so overwhelming, because they're not healed. They have a broken heart. So I do kind of feel like you may be overcompensating for this person, but this is why with the Emperor here, it's maybe time for you to say no, but I think you're sensing that too. You're feeling that. You kind of feel this is coming to some kind of an end. Your person sees you as the High Priestess and Thief. So this means you see right through them and they don't like it. You stole their heart. You understand what's going on with them. You understand that this person needs to come to you in a different way. You know that their heart is broken, which is why they're fighting you, but they're refusing to do the healing. You know all of this. But the fact that you know all of this is really bothering them, which I think is why they're fighting it. There's a lot of reasons why they're fighting this. They feel a lot of love for you. They know you're calling them out on all their BS. They know you see right through them. So like there's nowhere that they can go. It's this energy of them being pigeonholed or painted into a corner, that there's nowhere else for this person to go except admit their feelings for you and come to you in the right way. Otherwise, you're fine with putting an end to it. You see them as strength and main female. So this does not have to be a female that you're dealing with, so just ignore the gender. But you do see them as your main person, regardless of their gender. You see them as your main person, and you know they're capable of more. You know they're capable of facing their fears. But right now it feels to you, I think, that their ego is just getting in the way, and they don't want to. They want to continue to wear this mask. They want to continue to shape shift around you. They want to go back and forth between being with you and allowing you to do the work, but then disappearing and then coming back when they need you again. But you know that they're better than that. You know there's a better version of them but you also are not willing, I don't think you're willing to accept them for much longer for the way that they're coming in now. They have to come in as a better version of themselves. So in their intentions, they have the King of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. They do want to level this up. They do want to come to you in a more communicative, in a more honest and direct way with this Ace of Pentacles. That's that grounding I was talking about. They want to do this, but they're not doing it. And so I think that's why you're left to just kind of listen to your own instincts. We see the High Priestess twice here. We see the Death card here. So I know that you know what their potential is with the King of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. You know that this person can be better, but they're not being better. And so I think that's the point here, that if they continue to just fight off their feelings, then that's never going to be good enough for you. And I see that here with the Death card. So they know what they have to do, but they're not doing it. In your intentions, you have the Moon and the Page of Cups. So you know the potential. You intend to start this over, but you're also not sure it's ever going to happen. It's like you're in the dark about all of this with the Moon card being here, that your person, you don't ever know if they're going to become that better version of themselves that will match the version of you that is showing up for this relationship. You're showing up in a healed and a high vibing kind of version of yourself. You know your person is capable of it. Your person already knows that that's what they have to do, but you have no idea if they're going to do it. And that's why this Moon card is here, because you're just in the dark. You have no idea why this person keeps coming towards you in a combative kind of a way, fighting their feelings, denying their feelings, when all we have here is the truth of their feelings. We know how they feel. We know what they intend, but their actions are completely not matching that. They're not ready. So the energy that holds you together is Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Expectation, and Ace of Wands. Very specifically, when I read the cards, when the Page of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles come together, this is my combination of mother and child. So you could have children with this person, but that's a very, very specific message, and that's not going to be for everyone. But there could be people between you that kind of hold you together, that people may be expecting you to stay together. Maybe this is a marriage. Maybe this is a long-term commitment. Maybe you own assets together with the Queen of Pentacles, homes or bank accounts or whatever that is. That's keeping you together. And there's also a passion here with the Ace of Wands. There's an attraction here, but often with soul contracts, there is a very strong attraction that's usually pretty difficult to let go of. So these are things that are hard to separate from. So if you feel like you're magnetized to this person, even though you feel like you're in a pattern and you can't get this pattern to stop, and I'm also just getting this feeling that your person might sometimes give you the cold shoulder. I just got that too from this. And that you're getting really tired of being in that energy where you feel like you're the one who gives, but then they turn around and give you the cold shoulder like you did something wrong, or start a fight like you did something wrong. And it's again because of whatever happened in the past with whoever this person is here. You're feeling all of the effects of that. You want this to die off, but yet you're so magnetized to it that you feel like you can't get out of it. And so I do feel like this is a message for you. The strongest message coming through is it's okay for you to say no. So if this person comes in and says that, you need to be this way, or why aren't you loving me the way you used to? Why are you focused on yourself over here? You can just say, no, I am focused on myself. I'm not focusing on you. I'm not focusing on you until you are healed. And I think that's really the lesson for you here, is you don't have to wait for this person anymore. Say no and go do your thing. Look at you. You're showing up as a 6 of Wands, Libra. So there's something going on with you that's really exciting. And as long as this person is keeping you in the dark with this Moon energy, then I don't think you should waste another minute of your time on them. I think just let them do their healing And you can continue to talk to them or communicate with them, but be very clear about the boundaries. The 7 of Wands, be very clear about the boundaries you're setting, that until you come to me in the right way and less combative and needing me to do all the work, then I'm just going to be over here helping myself, doing things for myself. So there you go, Libra. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.